Hello everyone. In this lecture, I will be discussing race around condition and master slave flip-flop. So first coming to JK latch. Latch it is a basic memory element capable of storing 1 bit memory element, and latch it is level triggered. This JK latch it is constructed from the SR latch with enable input and the output Q and Q bar connected back to the input of the NAND gate. The logic symbol for the JK latch it is shown in the figure. And the operation of the JK latch can be described using the characteristic table. Here the enable signal it controls the operation of the latch. And whenever the enable sync it is equal to 0, irrespective of J and K values, there is no change in the output and it remains in the same state. And when enable it is equal to 1, depending upon the values of J and K, the output changes. So for J equal to 0 and K equal to 0, the output Qn plus 1 is same as that of the Qn, representing no change. When J equal to 0 and K equal to 1, the output Qn plus 1 equal to 0, which represents the reset condition. When J equal to 1 and K equal to 0, the output Qn plus 1 equal to 1, which represents the set condition. And for J equal to 1 and K equal to 1, the output Qn plus 1 is the complement of Qn, which is the toggle condition. So this input J equal to 1 and K equal to 1 will contribute to the race around condition, which can be explained using the timing diagram. So the figure shows the timing diagram, and for different values of J and K, the output Q should be plotted. So as long as the enable it is equal to 0, there is no change in the output Q and it remains in the previous state equal to 0. And when enable it is equal to 1, and for the input J it is equal to 1 and here the K it is equal to 0. So the output Q it is equal to 1. And at this point the value of the input changes, that is the K changes its value from 0 to 1. So here J it is equal to 1 and K equal to 1. So for that condition, the output it is the complement of the previous value. So previously the output it was 1 and at this point the toggling happens, so it is changed to 0. The output will remain 0 for certain time depending upon the delay, and then it again checks for the values of the J and K input. And again the J and K it is equal to 1 and the enable it is active high and equal to 1. So again the toggling occurs. So previously it was 0 and now it is changed to 1. And again after some delay, it is again checking for the values of J and K, and again J equal to 1 and K equal to 1. So again toggling occurs. So this multiple toggling occurs for J equal to 1 and K equal to 1. So this condition it is referred as race around condition. And now let us define what is race around condition. So in the level triggered JK latch, when the input J equal to 1 and K equal to 1 and the enable it is also equal to 1, the output will keep toggling indefinitely. This multiple toggling in the level triggered JK latch is referred as race around condition. So this race around condition can be avoided by using two methods. The first method is to use edge triggered JK flip-flop. In the edge triggered JK flip-flop, the enable input is replaced by the clock signal which controls the circuit either at the positive edge or during the negative edge. So since the clock it is active only during the short duration of the edge, the toggling will be avoided and hence the race around condition it is avoided. And the next method is to use master slave JK flip-flop. So the master slave JK flip-flop can be constructed using two flip-flops. the first flip-flop will act as the master and the second flip-flop is acting as a slave. And this clock, it drives the master during the positive level and the slave, it is active during the negative level since the inverter is connected to the clock and then it is connected to the slave. So at a time, either master or slave will be active. Coming to the master slave JK flip-flop. So it is a combination of the JK latch and the SR latch. The JK latch, it acts as a master and the SR latch, it acts as the slave. And the master, it is positive triggered and the slave, it is negative triggered since there is an inverter connected in between. So when the clock it is equal to 1, the master it is active and the slave is inactive. When clock it is equal to 0, the slave is active and the master it is inactive. So now we'll consider the case when the clock it is high and we'll consider the input J equal to 1 and K equal to 1. So since clock it is 1, master it is active and the slave it is inactive. Therefore, for the condition J equal to 1 and K equal to 1, the output of the master will toggle. So the S and R will be inverted. And when the clock changes to 0, master becomes inactive and the slave becomes active. Therefore, the output of the slave will toggle. These changed output are returned back to the master input. But since the clock it is equal to 0, the master it is still inactive and it does not respond to the changed output. So this avoids the multiple toggling and thus race around condition it is avoided. So now this can be represented using the timing diagram, and for different values of J and K, the master output Q and Q bar it is plotted and the corresponding slave output. So when the clock it is equal to 1, master it is active. So here J equal to 1 and K equal to 1. So the output it is toggled. So previously it is equal to 0 and now it is changed to 1. The value will remain same as 1 until the master becomes active during the next clock pulse. So again here the clock it is 1 and the master will be active. Here J equal to 1 and K equal to 0. With that condition the output it is equal to 1. So the circuit will remain 1 till the next pulse at which master is active. So at this point J it is equal to 0 and K equal to 1. So for that condition the output it is equal to 0. It is remaining in 0 till the next clock when it is equal to 1. So here J it is equal to 0 and K equal to 0. So for J and K equal to 0 there is no change in the output, so it is remaining in the same state. And the Q bar output of the master will be complement of the Q. Just since it is 0 here it is 1 and for 1 it is 0. It is just inversion. Right? So now coming to the slave output, the slave it is active during the negative of the clock. So when the clock it is negative, we'll check for the values of S and R. So here S it is equal to 1 and R equal to 0. With S1 and R equal to 0, the output it is equal to 1. It will remain in 1 till next clock at which the slave becomes active. So at the next clock pulse, S it is equal to 1 and R it is equal to 0. So with that condition the output it is equal to 1. It is remaining as 1 till the next clock pulse when it becomes low and the slave it is active. Here the S it is equal to 0 and R it is equal to 1. So with S equal to 0 and R equal to 1, the output it is equal to 0 and it will remain 0 till the next clock pulse. The same process it is repeated. So only one flip-flop will be active at a particular time. That is when clock it is equal to high, master it is active and the input it is transferred to the master. And for the clock it is equal to 0, the slave will be active and from the master the data will be transferred to the output, and here there is no toggling and there is no raise around condition. Thank you. Happy learning.